Well, what is going on, everybody? I'm Dan, and this is Midwest Angling. And today, we are paying extra special attention to the Lund SSV-18. Now, it's been about 3 years since I bought this boat, and in all that time, I have yet to clean this thing. And believe me when I say this, that in that time, we've done some dirty things to this boat.
As close as you're gonna get to being a keeper thus far. Oh! 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 Sorry. Oh! Sorry.
Recently, I was contacted by a company called Better Boat. They are a family-run business that specializes in sourcing marine products. They asked me if I'd pick a few items from their site, give them a try, and make a review. Now, what's important to note is that they did send me this stuff for free, but don't let that fool you. They don't get to see it before you do, and they didn't tell me what to say. So rest assured that even though they asked me to do this, it's still gonna be a 100% honest opinion. So let's go ahead and see what I got. Now, the first thing in here is aluminum polish. This is very well packaged, I will say. The Lund SSV-18 has quite a bit of bare aluminum on it, and so I thought this would be a really good thing to put to the test. In the 3 years that I've had this boat, I have never polished the aluminum, and it's starting to show. Anybody that's put their boat in the mighty Wisconsin River knows that you kind of get this brownish, scuzzy tinge to it after a while. So what I'm really curious to see is, will this remove that Wisconsin River shine? The next thing we got is a exterior cleaning kit. Now, this allegedly comes with all kinds of goodies. Pretty much this is an all-in-one kit to clean your boat or even your tow vehicle. Next thing we got is a deck brush. I will say this stuff does just touching it and feeling it. This stuff does feel like it's a really good quality. It's got really good bristles. I think this is gonna come in real handy in cleaning the vinyl floors and decking that we have in the Lund SSV. And this fine unit right here goes with that deck brush, though you do have to buy them separately. It's an extension pole. Wow. It should, if my calculations are correct, thread right in here. Look at that. Like a glove. But if you didn't want to buy the extension pole, I mean, this is kind of the perfect width for a hand. You could use this absolutely without the pole, but if you're lazy like I tend to be, you don't really want to bend down. I mean, wow. This thing's got to be like 9 feet long. I could pretty much stand in the middle of my boat and clean any part of it using this brush. And then finally, this has nothing to do with cleaning the boat, but the Lund SSV comes with terrible transom straps, and I mean abysmal. These are ratcheting transom straps. So we're gonna pop these babies on and not just clean the boat, but we're actually gonna improve it as well. So to start things off, let's go over everything that comes in the boat exterior cleaning kit. We've got a good sponge, magic eraser, there's our 2 microfiber cloths, the Better Boat brand boat soap, which according to the site is marine safe, so you don't have to worry about it polluting the lakes and rivers that we fish. Now this next thing is, to me, it's the thing that makes the whole kit, because I was actually going to have them send this to me separately. But I realized as I was picking out items from the website that a lot of the stuff that I wanted all came in the same kit. Now this is a foamer. Hooks up to any standard garden hose. We can figure out how to use the thing. Oh, I see. There we go. So now it's time to scrub-a-dub-dub. Let's go and put this stuff to the test. So what do I think of the exterior cleaning kit? I think it's awesome. That foamer is really cool. It really doesn't take that much soap. Just a couple ounces, and then you fill the rest of the container with water, and I mean, it really gets the job done. Now, if you want to see some horrifying stuff, I have never, in the time I've owned this boat, I have never lifted up these floors. So we're gonna find out just how horrifying this is. You know what? Not bad. I was expecting it to be way scarier than that in here. Now, one thing I wanted to go over with the sprayer, since I actually read the instruction manuals and figured this out. Also, this leaking is because my hose sucks. It has nothing to do with the foamer. Anyway, there's this little dial on here, and it's got settings A through E, and then an O with a slash going through it. And you can use that to adjust the dilution of the soap in the water. So if you want a really foamy spray, the higher letter you want. It goes up to E. It says in the instructions like the exact numerical ratios that it is, but like that's all way too complicated for me. You know, it's easiest to just go like a little soapy, medium soapy, and really frickin' soapy. But the fact that you can turn off the soap without having to unscrew the bottle like I did when I washed it the first time is actually really handy. You know, you just flip the switch and then you can go to rinse. So let's put this deck brush to the test and get this deck looking mighty clean. So just some thoughts while I'm here doing this. This brush works great. Got all that grime away from the underneath on where that decking was before. Works really well on this vinyl. And I mean, it's getting marks that are in the metal part of my floor to go away that have been here pretty much the entire time I've had the boat. It's really awesome. You know, one of the things we talk about in fishing a lot is just merely having the right tools for the job. Cleaning your boat can really be a task, and making it look good. Having the right tools makes it a whole lot easier. Now the splash well back here gets it particularly rough, because this is a spot where all the water drains on the tarp, and it tends to pool back here. It's not a problem because it just goes straight into the splash well, but it kind of gets pretty dirty. And then you know that Wisconsin River water, and wow, this soap works really well. I'm really impressed with this stuff. I really am. Making this boat look brand new again. So now all we got to do is just that front deck area, and then I think we can move on to that aluminum polish.
That's it, boy. Get in there nice and deep like.
Polishing bare aluminum is actually really easy. And fellas, you're finally gonna have a use for all those socks that you blew the heels and toes out of. What I am noticing is that it's definitely taking that dullness away. I'm probably not going to be able to get this to be like a mirror finish like you'd find on like a truck fuel tank, but it definitely looks better than it did. And right away I'm noticing this is taking care of that gross brown spot that comes from dipping a boat in the Wisconsin River. So that alone is definitely a good find in my book. Now that we've applied a nice coat of this polish, now we're going to take a clean cloth and wipe it away. Alright guys, so I have formed an opinion on this aluminum polish now. I don't think you're going to be getting this boat to be like a mirror finish. But you know what? It is cleaning this Wisconsin River grime. It actually is making it go away, and you can, I don't know how well you can see, but it's actually getting picked up into these socks. And you can look down there and you can see that brown scum from the friggin' water. And then you can see right here is where I've made it to so far. And it is actually cleaning that off. So for that, I'm gonna give it a passing grade. I think this stuff would work better with a buffing wheel for sure. And then it actually, when you read the bottle, it does mention using a buffing wheel. So I'm not really sure that hand rubbing this stuff in is this stuff's forte. But just from rubbing it in with a couple of old used socks, I mean, this stuff works. Stand back and take a gander at it for a minute. It actually really does make a difference. You can, I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but with my eyes, I can definitely see where I made it to. But like anything, I think power tools definitely helps. And now it's on to put on the trailer ratchet straps. Now, if I was just trying to be a funny guy, I would say take these ones that come with the boat from Lund and throw them in the garbage. But in all seriousness, you should never throw something like this away. Just because it might not be the best at doing said job, when you're faced with the prospect of having nothing, these are better than nothing. So I'm gonna take these old ones and I'm gonna throw them in the toolbox of my truck. Because that way, if I ever have a strap break, then I've got spares in my toolbox. And in all reality, these don't take up too much space. This comes in this nice compact package. One thing I will say about Better Boat is they have really nice packaging for all this stuff. Gotta give them props for that. Here they are. Comes with 2 ratchets, mounting pieces, and mounting bolts. Now, in order to mount these bad boys on here, you're gonna need a 13 mil or a 1/2 inch, which I just so happened to grab one of each for a shot on my workbench. Now on your Shorelander trailer, you mount your factory tie downs, put the hook through this hole. So now what we gotta figure out is how exactly are we going to do this? Slide that bolt in like that. I'm gonna put that around, put the nut on it. This would be a lot easier if the bolt that they included wasn't so long, but I get it. You're trying to make a product that fits a multitude of applications. If you're doing it on a Shorelander trailer and you're just doing it with a really thin flange,
might be worth it to take the mounting hardware to the hardware store and just getting yourself a stainless bolt. That's a lot shorter for, you know, just a couple bucks. That orientated in the proper direction. So there she be. It's all mounted and ready to go. It took me a little bit screwing around because I didn't have a deep well. I mean, I have one, but it's buried somewhere in that, all that nonsense. And it's just, this bolt's so long. Got her in. One thing is, these seem a little thinner than I thought they were going to be. And these are, so just to show you, this is really has to do with the kind of bolt this is, but this aluminum is really kind of sharp. And so you can see these fairly burly ones have got quite a bit of rub damage just on how sharp this lip is. So you can get these nice and tight. Like the ratchet works awesome on them. Dead up there and crank away. Ain't going nowhere. That's a lot faster than screwing with that cam over buckle. But what I'm gonna do, just to prevent that from happening, I got these little chunks of carpet that it'll be a lot easier to put in when I don't have a camera in my hands. Just put that in there, slip that in there, and then I can get this as tight as I want. And I'm not gonna have to worry about the edge of this transom digging into that strap. So, solid. I like it. Now that it's on. Well guys, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Special thanks once again to Better Bolt for providing all these goodies to get the Lund SSV-18 nice and shined up. And I have to say, this thing is looking brand new again. I think my favorite of all the things I used today was definitely this sprayer. Man, it works real well. And it saves you from having to walk around with a bucket with your sponge. You just spray it on and sponge away. And you get the side of your boat looking real good. But the cool thing about stuff like this is you can use it on more than just your boat. You know, shining up the tow vehicle, making that look spiffy. This stuff will go a long way. Everything that we got today, you can tell that they certainly got the stuff together. It really seems like this place is a professional operation. They know what they're doing. And these products are all high quality. I have to say, I'm really impressed. So do me a favor and check the description of the video. If you liked anything that you see here, you can find it down there, links to Amazon, and you can also find a link to betterboat.com if you would prefer to buy it direct from them. Thank you once again to Better Boat for helping us out with this video. Do me a favor, hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe so that way you can be notified of my future fishing adventures. This has been Midwest Angling. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.